Alright, and we're live. Welcome to Puckin Awesome. I am Cassie, the Sad Sabres fan. My Twitter and Reddit handles are Abstract Halo, and these are my lovely co-hosts.
Hi, I'm Terry. I'm a Stars fan. T-Rex20 on Twitter and Reddit.
Hi, I'm Ari. I'm a Blackhawks fan. I'm at Ari_raid on Twitter and Ari_raid on Reddit.
I'm Cora. I'm Warzad on Reddit, and I'm at Velociraptor on Twitter. Aisha's gone.
Aisha's having laptop trouble, so she can't really speak yet. But hopefully she'll be joining us later, and that's Aisha. She's our Bruins fan. She's at ForkFritchWork on Twitter and at Aisha on Reddit.
Nice emphasis on all the ahs.
Yeah, they're all of the A's. I don't know how many there are.
Alright. So we have a ton of questions already, and our focus today is going to be on our favorite games from this past season. So who wants to start?
I can.
Go ahead.
Okay, Terry starts. Terry starts.
Okay, so my favorite, I have two favorite games, but I think one outdoes the other by just a little bit. And they're both against St. Louis. So thank you, St. Louis. I appreciate you letting us be your kryptonite this year, or last year. The first one is the 3-2 overtime win against St. Louis in St. Louis the night after the Peverly incident. Because that was just so, like, I just remember going to the game thread and everyone was kind of like, yeah, I don't really want to watch this game. Don't really want this game to happen, because everyone was still kind of reeling from watching everything unfold the night before, which watching live was just absolutely terrifying.
Yeah.
And then I fully expected them to lose. I admit it. I mean, we played, first of all, in the 6 minutes of that game that we did play, we looked horrible. We were already losing when they called the game. Second of all, it was just, we were so shaken up. We didn't have Peverly. We actually didn't have Alex Chase on because he had a panic attack from the Peverly incident, so he was in the hospital as well. And you could tell everyone was kind of distracted. That's all the reporters asked about before the game. And then they came out and they just played so well. St. Louis scored first. We came back and tied it. We took the lead. St. Louis came back and tied it. And then Jamie Benn scored in overtime with like a minute and a half left in overtime. And it was just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, it for the fans, at least those of us in the game thread, by the end of the game, it was so exciting. We had kind of stopped dwelling on the Peverly incident. So that was nice.
Yeah.
And it was also the first game that made me think that, okay, Jamie Benn really is the captain, because he kind of put the team on his back. Because Brendan Morrow was our captain for a very long time, and he was a good captain. And when he left, we just didn't have a captain. We didn't name anyone captain until the beginning of this past season. And Jamie Benn's young, and he's not a great public speaker, though he has gotten better. He's still not a great public speaker. But this was the first game where it's like, okay, he showed he can be the leadership, he can put the team on his back and do what a captain needs to do. That was nice. And then the runner-up would be clinching the playoffs at home, ending a playoff drought. Finally, we didn't have to take it to the last game of the season against the Coyotes. That was just a huge relief. And that was a lot of fun because they kind of planned it. They did a whole thing. They had confetti. Somebody handed Jamie Benn a mic, and he skated out into the middle of the ice and gave an impromptu speech, which, you know, to the larger market teams might seem to sound kind of corny, but it was a lot of fun for us. So those are my favorites.
Very cool. Corey, you want to go next?
I have several. Why are you laughing? I know you're laughing.
I'm sorry, but your team sucks. Yeah. It's delete.
What I mean, I guess I got the first one. My ultimate would really be the Winter Classic game. I just thought I thought the ending was very epic, which it was just a cliche to use, but it was that the shootout goal by Bozak was just perfect. But it was the whole environment and the whole atmosphere of the thing. You see the red and blue within the stadium. Still, kind of gave me chills watching it. Although, and then you also had the added benefit of Pierre talking about balls. So, but there's several others. And I have to say, one of Phil's hat tricks. I don't know if that was his only hat trick, but it was his 5th career hat trick. I don't know if it was his only one this season. I can't remember, but it was against the Senators in February, and it was right before the Olympics, and it was a really contested game, but it was nice seeing all those hats. And then another one, the last game. I think it was the last game we won, but where Kadri scored the overtime goal against the Bruins. Kind of nice. Oh, please. But another good night, just because it seemed things actually went right. I'm sorry, Ari. When they won 7-3 against the Blackhawks.
Oh, that game was horrible.
And then Holland scored Amsterdam. He scored 2 goals that night and an assist. It was a good game. Oh, and Lupul scored 2 goals and had 2 assists.
That game was one of the low points of my season.
Well, the first period was just, it was just kind of normal because they were tied. And then it was in the second period where everything started happening. 2 Toronto goals, then Chicago scored, but then 2 more Toronto goals. And then 2 more Toronto goals in the third period.
I talk so much trash about Toronto, too. But losing to Toronto is the worst.
I think we beat you both times this season.
No.
That was another team. Never mind. That was Anaheim.
Even in October, I was actually at that game. And it was the only Blackhawks game I've ever been at where the opposing team got a chant started in the stadium. I was like, shut the hell up. Your team sucks. It was brutal.
You could be a Dallas team where every team starts an opposing team's cheering in the home arena.
You could be a
And every team has their unique for it. Every team thinks, oh, we've got such great fans. Look at that. We started a chant in Dallas's arena. Yeah, everyone does that. Yeah, we know.
Or you could be
Thanks.
a Bruins fan and have your rival start a chant in your own arena. Thank you,
Yeah, no,
Montreal.
that's what I'm saying.
The Leafs do that too, but then they get to watch their team lose in Buffalo, so it's kind of cool.
Fuck you, Buffalo. Stop being good against the opposing team.
I said, speaking of Buffalo, I assume that's not the game you're picking, but do you want to go next?
I guess I'll go then. I have 2 favorite games. One, they're back to back. Well, there's a couple days between them, but the first one was the Bruins game at the end of February. Coincidentally and unknowingly, that night was also the last night Ryan Miller dressed as a Buffalo Sabre. It was also the first win of the year for Enroth, who earlier in the season had made a comment to the reporters about the team and saying how hard it was to win with that team. He was not wrong.
I was going to say, which it was.
It was, and their stats come out saying that, he was holding everyone, the games to 1-goal games throughout the entire season, but they just couldn't do anything. So he finally won one that night, and then the next game was the San Jose game, and it was where we found out about a half hour before the game started that Ryan Miller and Steve Ott had been traded. And
And you were really sad about Steve Ott.
we're really sad about the Ryan Miller. And the story had come out, in the news and stuff, that apparently before they, the players know about these things, the rumblings and stuff. And Anroth had been joking around with some of the trainers that, hey, what if it happens tonight? Somebody came down and told him to put his gear on because he has to start.
Surprise!
Surprise! But we won that game as well, which was kind of cool given that a member of the team for 12 years had just been moved. They came out and they played like a decent team for once. So yeah, those are my two, because they were wins, and we didn't have many of those. And yeah.
No, it was really great that you guys won the Unwrath game. I actually remember that, and it was, it was proof that life goes on and that there was some hope. Not for that season, but in general, some hope.
I don't think for the next season either.
Eventually. Eventually there's hope.
Yeah. Alright.
So I should go, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of hard to decide on the best Bruins game, so can I just include our 13-game win streak as one of our best games? Because
Yeah, that qualifies.
Yeah, because literally that's our third best win streak in our team history. And one of those games in this win streak stands out to me, which was the first of the March games we had against Montreal. We haven't been able to beat Montreal since February 2013. So that game, the Bruins somehow magically scored 4 games unanswered before letting in 1 goal, and we finally beat them, and it was just really great until they beat us and ended our streak. But yeah, let's just ignore that. Everything else I'd like to tend to forget after that. But yeah, I don't know. That just stood out for me because it was finally our first game beating them, and then we kind of lost every game in that series. But yeah. Yeah, that's all I have. I'm sorry.
No, good.
I think a 13-game win streak is probably pretty good memory. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know, but I assume.
No, going 17 games without a
It must be nice.
Yeah. It's better than a 9-game lose streak or something like that.
I'm sorry. I remember what was it, like, my first year as a fan, we had, like, I think it was either a 5 or 6 game lose streak, and I was just like, why did I choose this team?
Yeah, in like 2004, the Blackhawks went like 15 games without winning. I think they had a couple ties. It was pretty bad. I was in middle school. It was dark. Middle school was dark for other reasons too, but the Blackhawks didn't help.
Yeah, we had some dark stretches this year, so I know that.
But yeah, that's like F you to everyone who's called me a bandwagoner, but I've been here with the Bruins since 2006. But yeah.
Alright.
So I picked one definitive favorite. It was a heart-wrenching process, but I picked one. But I've got a couple of runners-up. So my first runner-up, aka fourth place, is the season opener, Stanley Cup banner raising against the Washington Capitals. And that game was great, first of all, because it was the banner raising, and it's pretty hard to have a bad banner raising game. Although that time we beat LA when they raised their banner was pretty good. I was also at this game, and it was very exciting. We got wristbands that lit up, if you've seen the video. I still have mine. And it was also just a good game. It wasn't ringing endorsements of Corey Crawford as a goaltender, and we had just given him a $6 million contract per year. But Brendan Bollig scored, and that's always hilarious. Patrick Kane scored, Brent Seabrook scored, which was exciting because he had just won that series against Detroit. And Jose the Internetter for a 6-4 game. That was one of my favorites of the season. Second runner-up is we beat the Flyers 7-2 in Philadelphia. I love beating the Flyers. Look, if I had my way, every year the Flyers would be in the Stanley Cup final and lose. Because the Flyers are so entertaining. Sorry, Flyers fans, but I don't want you to have nice things. It was not the first time.
I agree with that. I like seeing Philadelphia sports fans get their hopes and dreams crushed as much as possible. So
Yeah,
I'm just much more superficial. I hate orange.
Hey, orange is a great color.
it's awesome.
I take that like offense.
But
I think that is the ugliest color scheme in the NHL. Just me.
no, I love it. I love the Flyers. I love everything about the Flyers. That's why I hate them so much, I think.
Does that make sense?
No, I genuinely hate them and everything about them.
I hate Philly sports in general.
Yes,
Yeah.
me too.
Just I laugh at the 76ers fans so much and the Eagles fans. So
Fuck the Phillies too. But anyways, it was not our first time back in Philadelphia since we won the cup there, but it was like our second time back in Philadelphia since we won the cup there. It'd been a long time since we played there, and Philly talked a big game before we went there about the fact that they were going to get revenge and whatever. And then 7-2. Marian Hossa had 3 assists, I think. Chris Versteeg scored, which doesn't happen that often. It was just an excellent game. Braden Coburn got a 10-minute misconduct. Brandon Bullock everyone got 10-minute misconducts. It was very fun. Last runner-up, we beat the Avalanche 7-2 at the end of December. And as you guys might know, I kind of hate the Avalanche. Well, I hate everyone, but I especially hate the Avalanche. This is sweet in retrospect because they then beat us twice, including a game I was at in February and a really important game at the end of the season. But this was Patrick Sharp's birthday hat trick, for those who recall, which was really fun. But my favorite game of the season, just like Cora, I love the Stadium Series game, which, if you don't recall, we beat Pittsburgh 5-1. It was back when everyone still thought Pittsburgh was actually a really good team, being talked up as possible Stanley Cup final. It was snowing. It was beautiful out. People were talking about how all the snow would make it hard for Chicago to play their passing game. The first period was really close and intense. It ended on a 1-0 Patrick Sharp goal. And then we just blew it open. And it was awesome. Jonathan Toews scored twice. Chris Versteeg scored again. I don't know why Chris Versteeg scores in all my favorite games. That's weird.
Wait, are you saying that Chris Versteeg is your favorite Blackhawks?
yes,
Can we put that down?
That is not what I'm saying at all.
you just did.
Can we put that on record?
Yes. Our favorite player is
Our favorite Blackhawk.
No.
Can we get her a shirt?
I think we need to tweet that out.
We just need to get her a shirt now for this.
I'll cry if you guys let me a Chris Versteeg shirt. What I'm saying is that I hate Chris Versteeg so much, I can only truly enjoy a Blackhawks game if I somehow hate him less, and only when he scores can I hate him less. That's what I'm saying.
Your favorite.
Yeah, so that's definitely my favorite game of the season. It was scenic and beautiful, and I was sitting at home with a cup of wine, or I think a mug of wine, not at that shitty game, and we beat Pittsburgh, and it was fun. Yeah. But yeah, it was a pretty okay season. Nothing like last year, but
You can't win every time.
Yeah, I
You
guess
have
you
to
can't
share
win
the cup. You and your Chicago fans, and you're so spoiled. Screw you.
Yes,
You're bitter.
You guys are lucky it wasn't last year, though, because then one of my favorite games would have been that 7-1 game against Dallas, and Terry would have killed me.
I mean, I'm pretty used to it. It's we had a 5-year playoff drought. Getting crushed is okay. Plus Chicago fans in Dallas. Oh god, it's like a fucking home game. And also on my list for favorite games was the game I went to in Chicago against Dallas when you guys had 50 shots and still managed to lose, and Marcel won it on a penalty shot and taunted the crowd. It was wonderful.
I remember that. I remember being like, Anton Roussel, fuck you. And then I think I
was there.
Were you really?
I was there, and everyone. Yeah.
I think I was.
It was awesome.
I think I said some things on Reddit I regretted the next morning.
I was not in the game thread because I was at the game.
Yeah.
I will say Chicago fans are very nice. The people sitting next to me offered to buy me a beer.
Oh,
The
good.
only one I didn't like was the woman on the bus after the game. The bus back to the hostel started making fun of Robodaw and his, at that time, recently broken leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not
I didn't like her. But everyone else was nice. And it was kind of funny to be able to walk out of the arena and just hear everyone going, 50 shots! 50! It was wonderful.
All right, so do we want to take a couple questions, or do we want to go to the next topic?
Let's take some questions.
Alrighty. Why doesn't every team have a convention like Chicago?
Because you all suck.
Yeah, well, we have a casino night. You guys don't have a casino night like we do.
We have in the past had casino night, but we do other things for season ticket holders. Yeah, the convention is great. I would love for every team to have a convention because you get to watch all your favorite players make fools of themselves in public.
We have casino night, but I would really like to have a convention. It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've never been to the convention, and I know the experience of actually going there are a lot of lines and it can be kind of stressful. But to watch it on Blackhawks TV is awesome.
All right. And which team do you want to see have a convention?
And
See, one of the best things about the convention is people tacitly insulting the players. So when people go up to Corey Crawford and ask him a question, they're like, Corey, I still love you, even though you've gotten a lot of criticism. And what you're saying is that everyone thinks you suck, but I still like you. So I would like to see a really bad team have a convention. Like, I'd like to see, like, the Winnipeg Jets have a convention, just see through what people say to Pavlik.
I just want to see the Leafs have a convention and just see the shitstorm that would happen.
It would turn into a riot.
God, that would be amazing.
Or Vancouver. Vancouver or the Leafs, I'm just saying, would be a shitstorm that I would pay to watch.
I think Edmonton would be good.
You guys are making me upset.
No, I'm sorry. I would really like it to be Dallas because we would have on one panel Jamie Benn, who would say a lot, Tyler Sagan, who the hell knows what he's gonna say, and Val Nichushkin, who only speaks in broken English and it ends up being hysterical.
And Val Nikushkin?
I could seriously see Buffalo doing something like that once the Harbor Center actually opens up properly, just to showcase the area, and it would be really cool to have it at the end of development camp, and they hand out the brand new French Connection trophy to the winner of the 3-versus-3 tournament. So I think it would be cool. That, and we've drafted a lot of Europeans. I want to hear them speak.
And for the Bruins, I think it would be hit or miss because a lot of our players don't really have a personality. But I met a few of our players, and they're kind of vanilla. But I feel like the Bruins would just be really awkward.
I came to an answer about what team I want to see have a convention. Calgary. I want to see Brian Burke at a convention. I want to see Brian Burke get asked 7 times what are his superstitions. / I want someone to just straight up ask Brian Burke all the ridiculous questions that we ask our players. I want to see Brian Burke in a dance-off. Brian Burke, cane or shuffle.
Oh, jeez.
Wait. If the Leafs have one, can we have one of the, I don't know what they're called, like one of the areas be Randy Carlisle making toast?
Yeah.
Please. And can we just have, Kessel eating cookies as one segment?
Kessel cookies.
Yes.
That could be a marketable item. I can totally see that. Be like a Chips Ahoy, and then have have little M&M things that have Kessel faces on them, or number 81 written on them.
Or him making cookies and then eating it in front of the crowd. Yeah. Like a cookie show.
I want to take a moment to give a special shout-out to a couple of people.
Okay.
At Hockey Babble, at TRX20, Carrie, at Oshkosh Josh, at Oh, who else? Who else deserves my rage? At Megan McDonald, at Megan Capri. Cora, at Velociraptor. Our HockeyCast Twitter account. Me, and I think, and Aisha. I think that just about sums it up. Fuck all of you. Fuck off. First of all, fuck off for confirming with about 15 notifications that was a thing that just happened. Second of all the people who are not listening to this podcast now think that's a true thing. I need to get this stuff approved. Someone get me a really sharp knife.
It's true. You just need to accept it. It's okay. We still love you. We understand.
It's not true.
Don't judge you for Christopher C being your favorite player.
Just accept it. Welcome him. Go to the temple of the
You
sea.
don't have to live in shame anymore.
We'll make a subreddit and make you the moderator for him.
I'm actually crying. So sad I can't defend myself.
It would be the synagogue of Versteeg, right?
Yes.
Our synagogue of Versteeg.
And, like, Ari will be the rabbi for it. There are actual tears in my eyes.
Now I have a new Photoshop project.
Oh, jeez. All right, so let's take another question. How bad are the Jays Torontoing it now? This will be quick.
We have another question, too. But, yeah.
Okay. We have a bunch.
Yeah. We have one from Hockey Babble. And who is the best hockey mascot, and why is it Jose's Sharky?
Because how many mascots are there?
Not really that many.
Well, no offense to Yuppie, or no offense to Sharky, but I like Yuppie, the Montreal Canadiens mascot. It was originally the mascot for the Expos, I believe. And when the Expos fucked off, they made it the mascot of the Canadiens. And it's really funny. And also at games, I guess it's a real character.
I think Norby.
I would actually have to agree with that. I do like that. And I also loved the bet with the Rangers and all the pictures of him going around in a Ranger shirt. That was awesome.
Also, Thunderbug from Tampa Bay Lightning. He does a lot of charity work and goes around Tampa Bay, literally promoting the team, and children like surround him and tackle him a lot. It's adorable.
My pick for favorite mascot is Nordy from the Wild. I don't know if anybody else saw that game, but in a game against the Canucks, he went and he put a giant green suit on over the entire mascot suit, stood against the glass, and thrusted his hips at the team. I'm sorry, but that was amazingly awesome. So yeah. Alright, we have a few more. We have a lot of questions, actually. So
Carlton the bear, he's cute.
He is cute. Sabretooth is kind of cool. It's just I like Morty better.
I actually think Bailey from the LA Kings is I hate the Kings, but Bailey is a good mascot. He pied James Wyszynski in the face. This was fun.
Hey, I do have a story. So, if any of you don't know me, is when I first started going to Hurricanes games when I was younger, like in when was it, middle school, high school, I don't know, but their mascot apparently is a pig, and I literally just learned a couple of months ago that it's a pig, because you can't tell. I had no idea what it's called, and they call it Stormy. Apparently, it's supposed to be about like the North Carolina pig industry, but it's interesting how they chose a freaking pig for a team about hurricanes. So that's my little story.
Huh.
You
So
don't look at a picture.
So your mascot is something the state likes to eat.
Yeah, because barbecue is a big thing.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's odd. oh, we like to eat you, so we're going to, make you a happy mascot.
I just thought it was a weird-looking animal. I had no idea it was a pig
Well,
or a hog.
it could be, again, Nordy. Nordy is not an animal. Nordy is a majestic wild. What is he?
I think this question has been around since the Wild became a team.
Yes. He's got a bio on their website. It says he hails from the Northwoods of the Iron Range of Minnesota, and which is great. And I live here, and I know what the animals are, but I've never seen anything like that. So he's just a majestic wild. All right. Do we want another question, or do we want to go to the next topic?
I do want to say really quickly about the Toronto question, which was how Torontoing are the Blue Jays right now? The Blue Jays are Torontoing so hard, they're hoping for McDavid in 2015. That's all I have to say about that.
Yes, for reference, the Blue Jays are, last I checked, losing 14-1.
They did lose 14-1.
They also lost to the Rangers, which is pretty much like losing to a minor league team. They beat them the next game, but they lost to them first, so I'm just saying.
The team they lost 14-1 to, they're saying, is the Boston Red Sox, who, although they won the World Series last year, are fucking atrocious. A horrific excuse for a baseball team. This is the worst performance from a team that won the World Series the year before that maybe I've ever seen.
I have no opinion about this because I don't understand baseball.
You must not have been around for the Marlins.
Yeah, that would be up there with the other one.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be hard to ever beat that.
Okay, so we have another funny question. This is from Dave. He says, who is your favorite player that can toast bread better than Carlisle?
Oh, we know Ari's answer would be for Steve.
Fuck up! That's Brian Burke. Brian Burke's not a player, but I guarantee Brian Burke could out... Brian Burke would not toast bread. Brian Burke would toast Randy Carlisle.
I feel like Brian Burke wouldn't have to plug the toaster, and he'd put the bread on there and look at it, and the toaster would be like, fuck man, okay, toasted.
It would be an honor to be toast eaten by Brian Burke.
Is that the way you want to go out in the world, is being eaten by Brian Burke?
There are worse ways to go.
This turn made a weird turn.
Okay, so the next topic.
To respond to that last question, the answer to that question is just who's your favorite player, with the possible exception of if your favorite player is a fucking idiot. So if your favorite player is Taylor Hall, you're going to have to pick another player. Sorry, Taylor Hall. I don't know why I'm so mean today.
I don't know, but I guess Kessel would go in, he'd fix it, and then he'd go, good one, Randy, good one.
I will say that incident, after that incident in 24/7, probably the weirdest comment ever posted by me on our hockey, because I wrote like a paragraph of how to properly get toast unstuck from a conveyor toaster, because I worked in restaurants for a really long time, and that's a skill I have. It was seriously this whole I think it was actually a step-by-step guide the proper way to get toast. And Randy Carlisle did everything wrong.
All right.
I think Charo just stare at the machine the whole time and just growl at it and just be scared shitless and then let go of the toast.
I don't know who would. I'm pretty sure somebody would just beat the thing, or just say, screw it, I'm gonna eat something else.
Charo just eat the toaster.
There have been pictures that came out from some of the players from my team where they were heating up food in the dryers that they use, that the equipment managers use to dry the inside of the skates. They were heating up food inside of those. So I'm pretty sure if the toaster didn't work, they'd figure it out. All right. Okay. So serious. No, can't be serious now. The other topics. The Predators signed 2 players this past week. They signed Derek Roy and Mike Ribeiro.
I can't be the only person who sees Derek Roy's name and is tempted every time to pronounce it Derek Waugh.
Yes, every time. He was a star every time. Derek
Yeah.
Roy.
Yeah,
That's pretty much his name in my head.
I actually know that one instinctively because he was on my team for very long. So, your thoughts on those 2?
I don't know. 2 mediocre centers don't make 1 good center. So
Have fun with Mike Ribeiro. Have fun. That's what I mean.
Didn't they sell? Oh, sorry.
He's an idiot who, I mean, the Coyotes signed him long term, and I think as one of the writers on Twitter put it, when they released him, they threw him over under the bus, ran over him, then put the bus in reverse and backed over him. Yeah. They said it was a mistake to sign him long term. He had off-ice issues. Money was not the reason they were not. They were using their buyout on him. That he could not get his off-ice issues under control. No one in Dallas was sad to see him go. We enjoyed laughing at him on Phoenix, but and then no one on Phoenix is sad to see him go.
I mean, it's a cheap deal, you know. Hopefully he's motivated to make it work. When he plays the way he can, he has talent. The problem is that he rarely plays the way he can. But, like, the Predators still don't have a first-line center.
No.
So, like, I guess good job on the depth. But the Predators' problem isn't that they have bad depth. They're actually, like, a decently consistent team through the lineup. It's just that they're consistently not that good. So I don't feel like they do well. I don't think this hurts them particularly. I also don't think it makes them, like, a much better team.
Well, and they signed Derek Roy, who also has had some behavioral issues in the past. So, are the 2 wrongs making a right here? Is that what they're going for, or?
That's it.
I would just like to say that these 2, so they now have 3 former stars from the period when we didn't make the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying that they're not going to make the playoffs just because of that, because they obviously have other good players, but it's kind of like, guys, that didn't actually work out too well for us. Just letting you know.
I will say this, which is sometimes when there are behavioral issues on the team, you get called into a meeting with your team captain. Can you imagine fucking up and having Shea Weber have to give you the talk down?
I think it's just, I would like to think it's you walking into an empty room and Shea Weber standing there with his stick and a puck.
You saw what I did to our general manager. Watch what I do to you.
Oh my God, it's bad.
Not too soon. It's been like 6 months.
Oh, okay.
Is there a scarier captain in the league than Shea Weber? He's like, I like Shea Weber, and he scares the shit out of me.
He's kind of mean-looking in interviews.
Yeah.
I mean, Char's kind of scary, but Char's only scary because he's huge.
And he has the weirdest face.
So maybe Shea Weber will be able to kick their ass into decent shape.
Slap their ass with a puck.
Hey, if it works. All right, let's go on to the next topic. Reports came out today, and they were very clickbaity, that Thomas Vanek was connected to a federal gambling investigation. He's not connected. He's a witness.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, that was 100% clickbait.
Yeah. Well, here's kind of the deal. He's a witness from a restaurant and a bar that was co-owned by a former teammate of his, and they're, in the investigation for the most part. He's just kind of witness to it, which would make sense. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see if some other players from that area do come out as witnesses as well.
This is one of those stories where you read it and the only thought that goes through your head is, oh my god, is the off season over yet?
Yeah.
Because during the regular season, this would have been a blurb, Vanek witness at, gambling trial, federal gambling trial. That's it. But in the off season, it's like, oh my god, news. Let's write a whole page about this.
Yeah.
I read the story and was like, I don't understand why this is a story. So I'm glad that everyone else had the same reaction. Also, Carrie, can you stop favoriting tweets about me liking Christopher Steve? I don't like Christopher Steve.
Yes, you do. Admit it. Way too.
I don't think I'll ever stop favoriting. I feel like you might wake up tomorrow to a bunch of tweets about you and Christopher Steve.
I might.
I'm going to go to sleep. Constant vigilance.
Should I make a fan fiction of you two?
No!
Perfectly.
Oh god, I actually will throw up.
Please write fanfic.
Let's go back to Thomas Vanek. Cassie, you were saying?
I'm just saying that essentially he's cooperating. He was asked to speak as a witness. He's doing it. His agent released a statement on his behalf that said, representatives of the U.S. federal government have asked for my cooperation in an investigation. I am not the subject of any investigation or prosecution. I will fully cooperate with the U.S. federal authorities in their investigation or in any proceedings arising out of it. So he's doing the right thing.
Yeah, I mean, just complete clickbait titles.
Yeah.
How does Ari Mystique sound like? That'd be a great name together.
What did you say?
She's gonna kill you. Wait, aren't you supposed to depict your thing?
Yeah, Aisha, I'm gonna make your profile picture a picture of Christopher Steve if you're not careful.
Then you love me then.
All right. Let's see what other questions we have. The other topics we have. Detroit has released renderings of their new arena. I will post a link on Twitter for those who haven't seen them yet. But they're really, really pretty. What do you guys think?
It's beautiful.
It's pretty. It doesn't mean it doesn't cost a buckload of money.
$650 million, but it's okay. Detroit has
Detroit has plenty of money to spend. Not the team, the government.
The state is helping pay for it, not the city itself.
Oh, good.
Obviously.
Get his money too.
And the $650 million, from what I understand, also includes shops and restaurants surrounding it.
Yes.
So it's not just the arena itself. But God, that's a pretty arena.
It is. And the thing is about Detroit that I learned since moving to Chicago is the city is trying to renovate itself, so there's a lot of misconception about the city, about how it's just abandoned and everything. But there's been pockets of growth from the city, so this will help grow the city better.
Yep. And Illich is putting in $200 million of his own money for this. So
Right.
it's not like it's all backed by the state.
Yeah, it would help the city so much to grow because literally a huge influx of hipsters are coming into the city, and it would just help a lot. I don't know.
I will say that this is kind of classic in the classic Detroit model of build really great amenities and then just let all the shit around them suck. Because, like, if you've ever been to the Detroit airport, that might be the nicest airport in the continental United States. And Detroit has, like, amazing hallways. They're beautiful. They're works of art. They're super nice. It's just the rest of the city.
I will say the Detroit airport is really nice, and the fact that it has a hockey bar in it that was directly across from my gate while I had a layover was a huge bonus.
Yeah.
But the last thing I need is for Detroit to have more nice things. So I hope this takes forever and turns out shitty.
Alright, let's see. I like it. I think the way it's laid out, it looks like a diamond in a ring. so it's really cool.
It's a pretty big complex.
The top lights up with the Red Wings logo, and they can put different things on top for like concerts and stuff. But it just looks really pretty, and it's actually built into the ground. The ice is going to be 32 feet below ground. And in my experience with this is newer baseball stadiums have been doing it. They've basically been building it into street level. So instead of this big behemoth rising above you, you basically walk in on the top tier or one of the middle tiers, and it's really nice. So, yeah, this looks gorgeous. I'd love to go.
The real question is, have we identified yet the place where they will hang the octopus?
It's in the concepts.
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Well, then I guess we have.
You were trying to be funny, but they thought of that.
They thought of where they're putting the octopus. Even the concept photos have all their banners.
Well,
Have
of
they
course.
thought of the place where Patrick Waugh's Jock was after playing the Detroit?
Wait, did they have a room for... Never mind.
Cora! Cora, this isn't funny.
Oh, okay.
In case you're wondering what I'm bellowing at Cora about,
Oh, look at Hockey Babbler's tweet also.
Velociraptor. Quote,
Oh.
He was just a fan in the crowd with a crush. Then they met after a game. The rest, they say, is history.
That's just the summary. I'm going to start working on it tonight.
And then
You have Tumblr, right?
And then Hockey Babbler's tweet was, Ari stood before the mirror, smoothing the front of her dress with her nervous hand.
God, this is brilliant.
Oh my god, this is a perfect wedding. I can't wait to go. Are you going to get married at the Lincoln Park Zoo?
Guys, Chris Versteeg just got married. He's off the market. He's not available to me. What a tragedy.
No, it's okay.
Just because there's a goalie there doesn't mean you can't score.
You can be his mistress. He'll put you up in a nice apartment, and you'll still get your freedom. It'll be good.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of romance and stuff, Ovechkin apparently is back on the market today.
Yeah.
Oh, how sad.
He and Maria Karolenko broke off their engagement. You guys might know I'm a big tennis fan, and this is the second big tennis engagement that's been called off in the past about month and a half. Caroline Wozniacki, who is a former never won a Grand Slam, broke off her engagement with world #1 golfer Rory McIlroy earlier. I'm really sad because I'm a big Maria Karolenko fan as a tennis player, although her results have suffered as of late. The news of their engagement was one of the best things that happened during the lockout. It was very exciting to me. There are lots of rumors around why they broke up. I don't necessarily want to get into them. But one of the best commentaries on the whole thing I saw was, I think it was Puck Daddy broke down her response. And she has one line about wishing Alex continued professional success, which was basically just, ha you can't win a Stanley Cup. And it was pretty great.
I don't know. I always thought they were cute together, and I don't know. Ovechkin seems like a really cool guy, so just.
I mean, I'm sorry, but Abe just came up with a good title for fanfic, The Princess and the Steed.
That's right.
We have a picture of you two together. Go ahead.
I can keep up with it. I can't even keep up with all of my notifications.
Oh my god! This is my favorite podcast ever.
Ever. NATO red right now.
Oh god.
I am the color of the
Label
Black
this
Hawk.
episode the Christmas
Will soon stop wearing.
Next episode, we plan her wedding.
I think when I write this, I'm gonna have some betas too. You know,
Oh my
betas,
god.
so we can make it all.
Retire immediately after.
I can have a place to publish it online, like not really publish it. I need a Tumblr to post this.
Tumblr and Reddit.
Kane's fanfics.
Oh, that is true. I do mod over there.
I mean, the synagogue of Ristig can make as
Okay,
well.
we have a question now.
Um,
From Josh. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you regret doing the podcast tonight, Ari?
there is not even a number. There is not even a number to express my regret. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm an X. Like, I'm without words for how much regret I have. I'm currently regretting having come up with the concept for this podcast.
Oh my god.
Also, what's really frustrating is I keep asking for an adult, and I got Slightly and I got LA King's Dave to both come be like, yo, you need an adult? And then they were both like, yes, we love Prestige. No, you're a terrible adult. I need another adult.
See? We all know what's best for you.
No, you don't. You all apparently want me to... I don't know what you want from me, but it's not what's best.
We just want you to accept yourself and know that it's okay.
You know what? Sometimes self-hate is a good thing, and if this were true, this would be a good cause for self-hate. But I don't like him. I want him to be traded to fucking Toronto. That's much I don't like him.
I don't think Toronto wants him.
I don't want him either.
It's going to be a dirty fanfic, apparently.
I'm sorry, not sorry.
Oh, I like this one. All of a sudden, she heard a knock on her door. She went to open the door, and there he stood, the man, the myth, the legend.
That made her quiver in her knees.
Oh, I'm sorry, but there's more to it. It starts with, it had been a long day for Ari. She had just finished her part on the Puckin also podcast and began to go to bed. Standing there before her dresser, she looked at her phone. All of a sudden, she heard a knock on her door. She went to open the door, and there he stood, the man, the myth, the legend. This is collaborative, by the way. This is not written by just one person.
I'm not even tagged in this thread.
No, you're not.
No.
I think we'll gather all the fanfics and read the best one next week.
Yes, yes. Clearly, we need to do that.
Oh, I just found the picture of us sent together.
Alright, here's my contribution.
Whoa.
Wait, I missed it. Hold on.
She's
I don't know,
making
but
it
I
dirty.
was just asking on Twitter how bondage sounds, so I'm really
Oh, I
really
saw
close to rage spinning.
I like the response, like being on a line with him.
Wait, that's really funny. I haven't seen that yet. Now just like quiet time while I desperately try and catch up with what's happening without my consent.
Just remember, kids, true fun happens with true consent.
I did not consent.
Yes, you did.
She did. How could she say no?
I know, look at that stash. That's a real man right there. And maybe Kane could join this, like, honeymoon.
That'd be crazy. Honeymoon.
Oh my god.
That's why he came back to Chicago, was for Ari. This all makes sense.
I should apologize for kind of starting this. I was a little mad that she was laughing at me. I was mad that she was laughing.
Wonderful.
I was mad she was laughing at me, so I decided to get back at her.
Oh,
Obviously, I succeeded.
the funniest thing is non-hockey Twitter people are favoriting all of these fanfic things. I'm so sorry, Ari.
I guess I have said many mean things about Cora's team, and frankly, karmically, I probably deserve this. But personally, as a human, it takes. You may have noticed I have a lot to say, and it takes a lot to make me speechless. But you guys tonight have rendered me speechless.
All right. Okay. So while you mull over all the fanfics that are appearing, I have. There was one last piece of news from this week, and then we can wrap it up. Tyler Ennis was re-signed for the next 5 years, but at a 4.6 average hit. The contract itself is structured a little differently. For next season, he will make $7.3 million. The following year will be 4.75, and then it'll be 3.65 in the final 3. Thoughts?
I mean, I don't know.
Sure.
Because that contract's a little wonky.
It is kind of odd, yes.
Yeah. So.
Kathy, what do you think?
I understand why it's being done. 2 or 3 years down the road, we're gonna have too many centers. He's gonna drop down to 3rd or 4th line because of that. So at that point, paying out 3.6 makes him easily traded.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh jeez.
Copy that I just tweeted, quote, Chris pinned Ari to the, oh my god, Chris pinned Ari to the boards with a grin. Their one-on-one practices were certainly helping their line's chemistry.
Oh, Ari, I have a question.
Yes.
When you hit check Mystique, do you go to the box with him for 2 minutes? Or is it 5 minutes?
I'd just like to point out that we have a 16-year-old tweeting fanfic with Mystique.
I'm gonna cry right now.
Welcome to my life.
So next week, we'll read the
Work on your fanfic all week, and next week submit it. We will read the best one, and maybe a couple runners-up on air.
I am conveniently not going to be available.
You are! We have a job.
We're going to mock you without you here. Don't you want to hear what we're... This is present to defend yourself?
No, I have an announcement to make, actually. I am moving under a rock. And will be
With
separate
Chris Steve?
from all technologies.
Just because he's a bad hockey player doesn't mean you have to be ashamed of your love and move under a rock with him.
Also,
Fuck you, Ed. I'm
Ari,
a basketball fan
we
now.
having Josh guest read the chosen fanfiction for you.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Why would you do that to me?
Because he loves you and wants to know that you're accepted.
He expected your love for Mystique.
Out of love.
Well, on top of the fanfic, I know not everybody can write, so shitty photoshops are also accepted.
Oh,
Absolutely. We will tweet
God,
all
yeah.
My specialty.
You do realize how dirty can I get this Photoshop?
I can also make GIFs.
Oh, God, that's dangerous.
please please no porn. Please no porn.
Yes, no porn.
No
Please.
porn. No porn.
Okay.
I can porn will actually make me uncomfortable.
Alright, so should we end on this note?
I really don't know how to
Really want- and then can we talk about something else?
We're out of stuff.
Let's talk about Toronto's arbitration here. Let's talk about arbitration.
Yeah, the Bruins.
Ryan O'Reilly's going to arbitration. Colorado's probably going to lose him. That's hilarious.
The Bruins had theirs with for and we won it, so he got signed for 1.25 million, I think. Yeah.
James Reimers is coming up. That should be interesting to watch. Yeah. Cody Franson signed, though. They split it right down the middle, which is good because that was not a relationship that needed to get more frayed.
Antoine Roussel is going to arbitration. Apparently they're about $1 million off. So we still have 2 people to sign after his. We have about $6 million of cap space left. I really, really want this to be over. And because I really don't want to lose Roussel. He's one of my favorite players. And I don't ever want to have to play against him. Because he's an annoying shithead.
Yes, he is.
But yeah.
Anyone else? Oh my God.
We don't have anybody going to arbitration, and all of our RFAs except Luke Adam have been signed, so I don't care, and I don't really care for Luke Adam anyway, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't think...
So everyone, don't forget your homework assignment.
We will accept GIFs, Photoshops, and fanfiction.
Yes.
And songs. Can you do songs?
Oh yeah, and if you're
Yes.
brave enough to do a song,
A sonnet.
Poetry is always accepted.
I've got a song for this. Guys, I've got a song for this. Stop right now. Thank you very much. Somebody who is not Chris Prestige.
Can we just like make it a Taylor Swift song?
Do not ruin Taylor Swift to me with Chris Prestige.
Yes, we are.
Oh, God.
all right. So on that note, I think we are going to sign off. You guys okay with this?
Oh, Gabe just made a Photoshop.
Save your photoshops. We'll see them all next week.
I'm closing my laptop now.
All right. So I'm gonna try and do this without laughing through it. Okay. You can catch all of our episodes, including the ones from the other lovely shows, on the website rhockeycast.com, the subreddit r/rhockeycast. You can also check them out on the YouTube page and follow us on Twitter at rhockeycast. You get the gist. I believe After Hours on hiatus, but you can catch, and I know this one's going for sure, the Wooden Ball Show on Thursdays. They're recapping everybody's season. Worth checking out. They've gotten through some of the painful ones, so good to know. I am Abstract Halo on Twitter and Reddit, and I'm the sad Sabres fan. You guys are? Alright.
Ari's left. She's a little upset, but I'm okay. I'm resolved.
Ari's gone to start texting for Steve.
As we speak.
She's probably
She's arranging her next date.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
They met on Tinder.
Oh, yeah. She totally swiped right for him. And then...
Is swiping right the one that approves?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have not. I also don't have a Tinder. But I came back because I closed my laptop and I stood up and I said, wait, this can't be better if I'm not there. This can only be better. So I was like, shit, I gotta go back.
Okay, so we're signing off. That's what we're doing.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, please left.
Remember your homework.
Yes. And the guest prize would be, I guess, Reddit Gold for whoever wins.
You're not giving more Reddit gold.
Yes.
Oh
Reddit
my
Gold for the winner.
People who refuse to participate in this will gain status as my favorite human beings.
Which gets you nothing, and gold actually gets you something.
Yeah.
Plus, more of us will like you.
I will buy people Reddit gold for not doing this. I don't know how I'm going to distinguish that, but...
Alright, so we finish up?
Yeah, let's sign off.
Yep.
I already said my piece, so...
I'm Cora.
I'm Terry. I'm the wedding planner for Ari and Chris Steve.
Hi, I'm Aisha. Well, bye, I'm Aisha. I am the Santa curator / photoshopper / I'm planning their baby shower. Whoa!
Hi, I'm Cora, and I'm going to make some wonderful
Christine
gifts.
impregnating me. It has to happen. You have to make the Black Hawks have future babies, so you have to get pregnant with Christine's baby.
But that's good because these children never play for the Blackhawks. Sorry, I interrupted someone signing off.
It was Cora.
Oh, bye all.
Night.